A lady is running down to the riverside, take away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand. I love you.
I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that
about? I was diagnosed with a very rare form of leukemia, which is now called blood cancer. And I can still remember the consultant speaking to me at Manchester Royal Infirmary, Dr. Colin Geary. And it came really like a bolt out of the blue. And as you can imagine, my whole world fell apart. And his words were, "You were on a knife edge. You could have gone at any moment."
Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a lovely welcome. Thank you very much indeed. It's fantastic to be here. It's an honour, it really is, and a pleasure. And you know what? I think at the outset, it's for people to take time to come out and listen to something about health in itself nowadays isn't always the case. If it was about something else, maybe holidays or more things like that, maybe we'd fill a place. But to come out and hear about health, we have this incredible $1 trillion body, amazing. You put your finger, it heals, you get a cold, it goes away, and yet we put more time and effort sometimes in a shopping list than we do our own health. Isn't it true? William Barclay, I love what he said. There are two great days in a person's life: the day we're born and the day we discover why. So it's about why, what's your why, and you'll only do something if you know what your why is. It's like peeling away the onion to get to the core. Why do we do what we do? Why do all of us today? Why are we here today? Why are we here tonight? Tomorrow when we get up for work or whatever we get up, why are we doing what we're doing? But I'll tell you the deal with this, right? I have 3 boys, and they're in their 30s now, and they were going, "Yeah, go on, Dad, the Irish Superman," you know, the macho thing? But my wife, my mum, my daughter, they were horrified. And here's the deal. They weren't worried that I get sick or injured. They were worried if I got sick or injured, I wouldn't stop. And they were right. I wouldn't stop. I mean, I was in a plane coming back from Dundee, and there was a lady, you know, the small 2-seater, and there was a woman next to me, and she apologised. She was coughing and spluttering. I said, "Don't you worry a bit. Come over here." I said, "You can sneeze all over me all day long, and nothing's going to happen." And I'm not trying to be arrogant by saying that, but it won't happen if you have a strong immune system. I was eating an avocado. I love avocados, and I was eating one the other day. I dropped it on my kitchen floor. What is it, a 5-second rule? I left it on my floor for 25 seconds. I picked it up in my head. Come on, give me a break. I came out of a gents' toilet there at Christmas, I remember last year, and a guy at the main door going into the toilet, he took out a wet wipe, one of these clinical wipes, and he wiped the handle. I mean, seriously. I mean, if you have a strong, it doesn't make any difference if you have a strong immune system. Nowadays, somebody puts their nose outside the door and they're in bed with an antibiotic for 3 days. And it's a fact, but we can do so much. We've this incredible healing body, and it gets better with age, everybody, I'm telling you, right? I mean, let's be honest about it, and I'm not knocking the medical profession. I wouldn't in a million years dream of doing that. They do an incredible job against the odds, okay? But it should not, in my opinion, be a pill for an ill. It should be a more holistic approach. I mean, people go to the doctor and say, "Fix me." Why don't you fix yourself? Because most of the time we actually can. I mean, nobody here, not one single person here goes to the doctor for health. Nobody. We go to the doctor for treatment. Health is what we give ourselves through our diet and our lifestyle changes. We have a hospital a mile as the crow flies from my house, and I really get upset with this, the Cork University Hospital. And I promise you, any time of the night or day, I can walk in the doors of that hospital, and with proper diet and lifestyle changes, 50% of those people need not be in those beds. I mean, what kind of a system is it? We had 380 people on trolleys last month. So we run out of space, we build another hospital. And then we run out of space, we put them on trolleys. And then we run out of space, we build another hospital. And then we go, whoa. That is not the answer. We can do so much for our own health with education and by taking action. To exercise properly, to all this stuff. They say that health is expensive. And my response always is, try sickness. And by the way, I don't mean just a doctor's bill. I don't mean just an antibiotic. I mean missing work. I mean being in work and not being in work. That is expensive. It is costing billions. And we can do so much about it. It doesn't have to be that way. Do you know in Ireland, In Ireland, 28 people die, in 5.5 million, 28 people die of heart disease every single day in our country. And do you know what the sad thing is about all that? The majority, it's not my opinion, the majority of that is preventable, not with pills, with diet and lifestyle changes. And the majority of that is reversible with diet and lifestyle changes. And if I'm asked by any physician where I get this information from, I'm 21 years this year travelling the globe and talking to ordinary people with no axe to grind that have turned their lives around by changing their diet and lifestyle changes. And my doctor on the medical team came up to me and he said, Gary, I want you to take those. He said, no, we don't do vitamins, food. Food and that, just take it, it won't harm you. He said, I took them. I took this Juice Plus stuff for a month. I found no difference. I took it for 2 months. Come on. No, found no difference. I took it for 3 months, he said. I said, come on, please, please. I found no difference. I turned to a buddy of mine and I said, this crowd Juice Plus better get a different speaker. This is going pear-shaped. He said, I found no difference. But my doctors did. You see, they were taking bloods, World Anti-Doping, WADA, and they found this massive increase of antioxidants running through his veins. Can you imagine pumping through your veins the nutritional essence of 30 servings the size of your fist through your bloodstream every single day? Am I passionate about it? Yeah, sure I am. Because I have seen it over 20 years of travelling the world, the impact it has on people's lives. So any of you, whoever invited you here tonight, taught enough of you to do that. And when you hear about this stuff, Juice Plus, you won't hear about it through a glossy magazine or a television ad or any of these sports people holding up, oh, I take this. Oh no. You will hear about it through someone you know, love and trust. I'm finishing tonight. I was in an audience and there was a man up on stage 10 years ago. And he looked out to the crowd and he said, has anyone in the audience got a racehorse in excess of $1 million? Anyone? He said, if you had, would you keep it up all night? Give it booze to drink, fast food to eat, and cigarettes to smoke? He said, would you do it to a $10 dog? How about, he said, a $5 cat? Yeah, he said, you do it to a $1 trillion body. He was on the money. Guys, you've got one body. Will you please look after it? Look after yourselves. Look after your families. And forget about me. It's not about me. It's for all of you for coming tonight. Will you give yourselves a huge round of applause and thank you and God bless you. Thank you all.